Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian. Welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment. And we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a very, very interesting show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, one of my favorite shows used to be ESPN First Take, right? ESPN First Take, especially back in the day when Stephen A. Smith used to be a contributor. Rob Parker used to be a contributor. Jalen Rose used to be a contributor. I think Ryan Clark at the time was new on the show. And Chris Broussard, right? They have some very, very, very classic episodes. That's when Skip Bayless was much, much younger. He had a lot more vigor, a lot more energy, and he was really letting it out. Like he was going at cats when it came to defending Michael Jordan, right? He was really defending Michael Jordan without any sympathy whatsoever. So what happened? Given the fact that I like to watch some of these old videos, I came across a clip here and it says flashback. Chris Broussard checks Skip Bayless over LeBron Jordan debate. Then Skip goes insane. And I believe this was it says 2018. I don't know what that means. This clip couldn't have been in 2018. It had to be much, much, much before. It was when LeBron was in Miami. So I click on this video to see what these guys were talking about. And I knew I was going to be entertained thoroughly. So essentially what they were talking about was some comments that LeBron made when he was asked about whether or not he feels he's better than Michael Jordan. And LeBron James was essentially saying that no, he doesn't feel like he's better than Michael Jordan. He doesn't feel like he's better than MJ. So Chris Broussard was defending LeBron, and he used to defend LeBron a lot back then, but I never understood why. So they're talking about it, and then Skip Bayless is like, how you have the audacity and this and this and this and this and this. And then Chris Broussard goes off to start saying, but I spoke to LeBron and and he's like, well, how am I supposed to know what you're talking about, believe what you're saying? Because you could be compromised, right? You could have sold your journalistic soul to Klutch and these guys in order to get quotes from LeBron and all of this. So I was like, yo, what is going on here? And I'm like, I don't even remember this exchange ever taken place. So this is the exchange we want to get into. But before we get into what Skip had to say to Chris Broussard, today's video is brought to you by sponsor, Game Time. With the year almost over, I am super excited about creating memories with family and friends by attending various plays, theater shows, and sporting events. And when it comes time to look for tickets, Game Time is my go-to. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time saves me money, time, and stress. It finds the best deals and guarantees that the tickets are legit, and it makes sure that the tickets are delivered to me on time. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It cuts through the fluff and shows you the best deals on great seats near you so you don't waste time searching. For example, I'm really looking forward to this upcoming game between the Lakers and the Clippers. Here's what I like to do. First, I select an all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, so I'm not surprised by the additional fees at checkout. Next, I click on Game Time Picks to check out their curated deals. And finally, I pick the ticket I want. I choose the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we'd like to do now is we'd like to play what Skip had to say to Chris Broussard here in this exchange. Listen to these guys, very entertaining. I want you guys to listen carefully, and then when we come back and continue on the show, take a listen to this exchange here.
Let's now talk about the firestorm that Scottie Pippen created Friday when he told Mike and Mike that LeBron James could be the better all-around player, more so than Michael Jordan. Here's what LeBron himself had to say. He said, Michael's an unbelievable player. I've got a long way to be mentioned as far as one of the all-time greats, not even just Jordan. I'm gracious, humbled by Scottie's comments, especially with him being a teammate of his and seeing Michael on a day-to-day basis. But as far as me, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm better than Jordan. I'm not better than Jordan. What's your reaction to LeBron's reaction?
The operative word to me is humbled. And I liked what LeBron said, but I think it took him about 8 long, hard years to get to this point to be able to say what he said. Because LeBron James made 2 huge mistakes coming out of high school. He embraced the nickname King James and often used it to refer to himself, which was way over the top to me at that point at age 18.
But you could understand how an 18-year-old might do that.
Jordan was Air Jordan before he won championships.
But he didn't. I never heard him call himself Air Jordan. I never heard it, and I heard this guy say it.
It was on his sneaker.
Okay. But the
but
point
there's a different connotation between Air and King.
Right. And
it just matched.
LeBron James at 18 chose to wear number 23. He adopted or stole Michael Jordan's powder toss routine before games. He basically told the world, I am here. I am the next Michael Jordan. You know it, and I know it. And it took him 8 long years to realize, I'm not Michael Jordan. And I think on the decision night, he told you once and for all, I'm not. I've got to go down and join forces with D. Wade and Chris Bosh. And in the end, I think he opted to wear number 6 in Miami because he wanted a fresh start and to get out from under the cloud that covered him on his own doing of Michael Jordan's 23.
Why do you insist on saying that LeBron chose Jordan's 23, chose the powder toss, to set up a rivalry with Michael, to say, I'm the new Michael, I'm better
not a rivalry.
than Michael.
He just said, I'm better.
That was his,
be better.
How did he say, I'm going to be better? That was his idol.
Maybe he was doing it to honor.
This is a young man that didn't have a father growing up.
Toss?
That probably made his idolation of Michael even more so, okay? He was 18 years old. He wanted to choose the number of his favorite player. He copied the powder toss, not as a way of saying Michael's gone, I'm here now, just out of respect, out of love for Michael Jordan.
Have you ever talked to LeBron about that?
Yes, and I know that LeBron, you say it took him years to get to this point. That's not true. I talked to LeBron back in 2005 for a story I did for ESPN the magazine. He admitted at that time, he said Kobe Bryant's the best player in the league. He said, right now I don't have that killer instinct to the degree that Kobe has it. He wasn't going around saying I'm the best player in the league. I'm King James. I'm this. I'm that. King James just a nickname that matched his last name.
Heck no.
He heard it from LeBron.
I heard it from his mouth.
Can I ask you a question? I've been
You told me once on this show.
You're going to take it to the bank when LeBron James.
Hold on. You told me once on this show.
I'm not going to accept
that.
Do
not get in your heart. Do not tell you what's in your heart. Well, how are you sitting here from thousands of miles away telling what's in LeBron James' heart?
Because you're way too close to have any objectivity.
But wait a second. I don't have objectivity.
You sold your journalistic soul to get close to LeBron so you can have a pipeline. I didn't do that. I have objectivity about it.
You do
I can
not.
sit back. Yeah, I do.
First of all, that's a strong claim. That's journalistic.
Well, I mean, that's what I think. If you're going to question my credibility, that's what you did.
I'm saying you're sitting here. You told me don't say what's in your heart. And you're sitting here talking. Have you ever even had a conversation
How do you
with
know
LeBron?
what's in his heart?
Well, he told him.
He told
had a conversation
me.
with LeBron.
Are you going to buy that?
Well,
I know what he did. It was outrageously audacious to do what he did coming out of high school.
To what? Exactly what? Take the number 23?
Yes.
Why?
And to say, I am King James, he referred.
What number did you wear when you played high school baseball?
So you heard what Skip Bayless had to say to Chris Broussard. Now, what's interesting about this clip, beyond the fact that was an interesting soundbite? What is interesting is that just this year, Chris Broussard actually revealed that he is actually represented by Klutch Sports. It was shocking. We did a video on this on July 4th, where Chris Broussard himself said that he is represented by Klutch Sports. So for those of you who didn't hear that audio, I'm going to play that for you now, and I want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Chris Broussard saying that he's represented by Klutch Sports. Take a listen to that.
Our next guest writes for Yahoo Sports, and also you can check him out on Substack, TomTheFinder.com. We welcome in Tom Haberstroh. Tom, how are you?
Brew, what's going on, buddy?
We are great. We got Ephraim Salam in for Rob Parker. And, you and I go way back, colleagues back at ESPN. You do fantastic stuff. And we were just talking about your story on how Michael Jordan's defensive stats, steals and blocks, were doctored, if you will, in home games in 1988. First question, What did Rich Paul and Klutch promise you to write that article?
Now we getting to the bottom of it.
Rich is my man. I'm actually represented by Klutch, so Rich is my man. I'm just playing with you. But you know, this is the LeBron is the GOAT camp is putting your article in frames and putting it on their wall. I'll tell you that.
Well, it is something that I was cognizant of as I was reporting, is that LeBron James has been talking pretty much every year of his career about how he's never won Defensive Player of the Year, and he's really wanted to. And he took issue with Marc Gasol winning Defensive Player of the Year and finishing in the second team all defense. And it's something he's talked about on the shop. And I knew that Michael Jordan's Defensive Player of the Year award, you know, just covering the league for as long as I have, it's one of the most consequential, if not the most consequential, Defensive Player of the Year awards in NBA history, because it sets him apart. It is his crown jewel in a sense, compared to Magic, compared to Kareem, compared to LeBron. They don't have that on their resume.
So you heard what Chris Broussard had to say. There he is saying that he is represented by Klutch Sports. So it then made me think, damn, was this the case all along, all these years? Was this the reason why Chris Broussard was defending LeBron James so hard all these years? Now, here's what's interesting. And to be fair to Chris Broussard, even though Chris is represented by Klutch, even though he has been defending LeBron James for what feels like 15 years now, he's always been objective when it comes to the GOAT debate, though. He's always maintained that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And I've seen countless segments on FS1 with him basically obliterating Nick Wright over this Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate. I have seen countless shows. We've done countless shows. So even though Chris Broussard is represented by Klutch, he does maintain the fact that Jordan is the GOAT, irrespective of the fact that he's represented by Klutch Sports. So what that tells me is, even though he's represented by Klutch, he's not willing to go that far. Number one. Number two, I think he does have LeBron number 2 all time. I could be wrong. I think he does have him number 2. He doesn't have Kobe ranked that high. But to be fair to him, I have heard him defend, really argue in favor of LeBron, to the point where some LeBron fans have said, I've seen it in various comments, that Chris Broussard is a fake LeBron James. Because in a LeBron James fan's mind, with all that honey circulating through their brain, that if you're not saying LeBron is a GOAT, then something is wrong with you. Like, they just can't fathom a world where you have LeBron and you're not saying he's a GOAT. Like, us Kobe fans, we think Kobe's a hell of a player. We don't think he's a GOAT. LeBron fans, a lot of them cannot deal with that. They just can't come to terms with it. So I have heard him defend that, but it is still surprising to see Skip Bayless, 15 years ago, go at Chris Broussard and basically saying, hey, look, you're bought and paid for. You're compromised by Klutch Sports. I was very, very surprised by that. So what I want to know from you guys, for those of you who never heard that audio, what do you think about it? For those of you who heard it and also heard what Chris Broussard had to say about his involvement in terms of being represented by Klutch, how do you feel about Chris Broussard when it comes to this? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.